Hi everyone. Thank you for joining me and thank you for doing the important work that you're doing. My name is Ariel Karass and I'm a yoga and five rhythms dance teacher based in Brooklyn, New York, and I'm going to offer you about 10 minutes of just simple movement, breath, grounding work to help you with your day. Thanks for joining me, and we're going to start sitting on a chair. You're going to sit fairly close to the front of your chair so you're not leaning back, and you can extend your spine tall. And you're going to reach your hands right in front of you and basically just circle your wrists as much as you can. Find as big range of motion in your wrists and your fingers. Turn your hands to face down, to face up, to face the sides. Just invite some mobility and movement in your wrist joints. And then you're just going to have your arms along your sides, and on your breath in, you're going to reach the arms up and overhead. Pause when the arms are somewhat parallel to one another, and as you exhale, lower the arms down and along your sides. Then do this a few times. You're looking for a continuous breath, an even pace of breath. If you would like a flowing breath in and out, let the movement and the breath respond to one another and create a link that is continuing. Maybe another 2 or 3. See if you can reach a little taller. And as you exhale, find your center. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Great. Place your hands on your thighs, and as you breathe in, you're going to slide your hands towards your hips and pull the chest up and look up. And as you exhale, slide your hands towards your knees. Let your spine round, draw the chin to the chest, lengthen your tail, and lean towards the back lean of the chair. I'm going to move between the two. Inhaling, arching the back, lifting your gaze up. Exhale, sliding the hands forward, ducking your chin, lengthening the tail, and stretching the back. Couple more. Let your breath be strong, wide, expansive. Maybe one more. Great. Find your way into a tall seat. And you're going to open your feet a little wider apart and turn your feet a little bit in a slight angle that resembles the angle of your open hips. You're going to lay your left forearm on your left thigh and lean on it. And then reach the right arm straight up toward the ceiling and begin to circle the right arm around. Go as wide and big as you can. And see if you can really isolate the movement to the shoulder. So then the legs, the seat, the chest, your left arm are staying stable. Once you've gone maybe 3 or 4 circles in one direction, offer the 3 and 4 circles in the opposite direction. Let the breath just be there, supportive. And once the right arm goes straight up, I want you to reach the right arm as far back as you can. Find what angle you can meet that feels like a big chest opening and a right shoulder opening. And then heavy the load of your left arm on your left thigh and turn your chest a little bit more. Maybe turn your gaze a little bit more toward the arm. Take another big breath in. And stretch further as you breathe out. Beautiful. Use your inhale to come back up. And we're going to switch sides. Lay your right forearm on your right thigh. Turn your chest slightly to the left. Extend your left arm straight up. And then move your left arm in huge circles, as big as you can master. In front of you, behind you, and to your sides. Let the breath be there, supportive. You might even feel some clicks and clacks Turn the arm in the opposite direction as well. The next time the arm goes straight up, stretch it to the angle where you feel the stretch the most in your chest. Pause there, firm the forearm on the thigh, turn your chest more, maybe turn your gaze toward the arm, and just take a few deep breaths in this angle of chest opening. Maybe one more breath cycle. Use your next breath in to roll yourself back up. Beautiful. And you're going to take your feet about a fist distance between your feet and between your knees, so your feet are parallel to one another. Walk your feet just a little bit under you, so your shins are not perpendicular to the floor, but slightly in an angle towards the seat. And you're going to lean your chest forward. Now the first one we're going to do with our hands on our hips. So drive your elbows wide and your chest wide and lean forward and take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, try to lift either some weight off the chair or lift your seat just a touch off the chair. So your legs are working strongly. On your inhale, stand straight up. On your exhale, sit almost down at the chair, lean your chest forward. And as you breathe in, sit yourself back down and relax. So we're going to do this with some movement of the arms. On your inhale, reach the arms straight forward and up. And as you exhale, lean forward, find the angle, press your feet, and lift your seat. Inhale, standing straight up. Firm your thighs, lengthen your tail. Exhale, sit down to hover. Inhale, sit all the way down and lengthen your chest up. And as you exhale, relax the arms down and along your sides. We'll do this once more. Arms up, breathe in. Lean forward and lift your seat just an inch off the chair. Inhale, push yourself up. Strong legs, lifted arms. Exhale, sit back down just to hover. Lower your seat down as you breathe in and lengthen your spine up. Exhale, release the arms down and along your sides. Beautiful. Shrug your shoulders up to the ears, roll them back and down. And let's do this a couple times. Forward, up, back and down. And one more. Forward and up and back and down. Beautiful. Okay, so we're going to move into standing. And you're going to stand up and turn your chair around. So I didn't say anything about the chair, but the chair can be anything. If it has wheels, it will be a little more difficult when you stand up and sit down, but hopefully not so much. So we're going to use the lean back and the height of the lean back of the chair to stretch our back and the back of the legs. So you're going to hold your hands relatively shoulder distance at the back lean of the chair, behind the chair, and then walk your feet back and lower your chest down, and you can have your knees bend as much as you'd like. And I want your hands to pin the chair down and your hips to pull back. So your feet can be in any distance, any distance will do, as long as you're feeling comfortable. And the target is the stretch in your waistline, in your back, and obviously in your legs. If you can straighten your legs, but your back is rounding, then offer your knees a little bend. But if you can keep your lower back nice and full, then perhaps you can straighten your legs a little more and maybe even pull the feet further back. Just taking a few breaths here, pinning the chair down with your hands, pulling the hips back. 2 more breaths. Big inhale. Big exhale. Big inhale. And big exhale. Beautiful. Walk your feet forward so you're right behind the chairs. And this is the last thing we're going to do. We're going to stretch our hips, our glutes, okay? So you're going to step your feet about an arm distance from the chair. Bring your feet together and cross the right ankle on top of your left lower thigh. And as you sit down or bend your standing knee, you can slide your hands down the chair, maybe even move the chair a little bit forward, and find an angle that allows the right hip and the glute to open. So don't worry about how this looks, but rather how this feels. And just invite a nice big stretch for the arms. So if you can slide the chair a little bit forward, great. And maybe sit a little further back. And just test the grounds. How far can you go? And take 2 more breaths. And 1 more breath. And slide the chair back in. Step your feet down. Rise back up to stand. I'm already sweating. Okay, so we're going to do the other side. Hands on the chair. Cross your left ankle on top of the right lower thigh. Sit a little bit, slide, negotiate where the hands are on the chair, how far the chair is from you, and how much you can lean back. And if that helped and you can slide your hands down the chair, great. If it's helpful to keep the hands a little higher up in the chair, great. You might be feeling this very differently on the left side than the right side. All good. Just take another 2 breaths and see if you can stretch and lengthen your waistline a little longer. 1 more. Great. Release your feet, roll yourself up. Okay, I think for this video, it's just a nice little warm up, and hopefully you can take a few, maybe a minute or 2 to just sit, close your eyes, find your breath, center, relax, and then move on to wherever you need to move on to. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for all that you're doing.